And so, so do you think that there might be a particular, um, is there a particular area of your life maybe that
Yeah.
you might have a negative belief system about?
Yeah, I mean, and this is something I haven't done a lot of work on myself, hardly any actually. So it'll be a good area to go into. I've always had digestive issues from when I was young. I had
Okay.
problems eating dairy and gluten, and I actually didn't mind that so much because I'm quite happy not eating those things, and it actually gives me a bit of extra discipline to avoid them. But a few
Yeah.
years ago, it started to sort of spread into foods that are undeniably healthy. So, first of all, it was avocados. Suddenly, I couldn't eat them. And then anything that was fatty, so any roast potatoes and things like this. And then it even became things like salad items, bean sprouts and lettuce and kale. I'm just not able to eat anymore without getting a really adverse reaction. So it'd be great to sort of find out what's going on there. I'm sure it's not digestive itself. That doesn't make any sense. There must be something else going on behind it.
Well, there may be a belief system involved. You never
Yeah.
know. So, okay, so let's do this. Remember, this work has come from up above. And so, what we teach everybody is that before you do this, if you happen to believe in a higher power, whatever you believe is fine. You just take a moment and ask for some help, because what that does is it opens that conduit to the universe, to God, to source energy, whatever you want to call it. I think we're talking about the same thing. And so, let me do that here for just a moment. Okay, here we go, Guy. Let's see. Let's ask, also, are we connected energetically? Now, there's a principle in quantum physics called entanglement, and that means that particles can become entangled at vast distances, subatomic particles, which of course are just made of energy. And so I want to know if you and I are connected so that I can act as proxy for you. And I get a yes answer there. So I'll be using the ring and ring method right here. And what you'll see, I'll exaggerate the motion a little bit. So when I'm getting a yes answer from your subconscious mind to mine, that will manifest as my body being normally strong. And so the rings will stay together. If the answer is no, then my body will weaken slightly and you'll see a change. So the first thing that we want to ask about this is, okay, a um, is there a negative belief system that we can address that has anything to do with your digestive issues? Oh, yes. Okay, awesome. Let's go to the belief code. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start off with a negative program. Our first negative program. Well, is there a negative program in the system? Yes. Okay, so let's go back. Here we go. Okay. So this first negative program, is it on the left side of this page? No. So is it in power or passion? It's in passion. So we'll go to passion, and we've got a number of different choices here. And is it one of these choices on the left side? No. So on the right, is it death? Is it scarcity or time? Okay, something about time. So we'll scroll down a little bit and let's see what shows up here. If we go to our negative statements, um, so is this something in section 1 or 2? It's in 2. Okay. So is it one of the odd ones here? No. So is it 2 or 4 or 6? It actually 6. I can't do it now.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. Whoops. Let's see. Let me. There we go. So that's the first one. All right. Let me see if I can get these to automatically number for me. Hold on a second. I think I can do that. There we go. Okay, great. Is there another negative program? There is. Let's go down here and see what kind of a system this is. Okay. So we've got these various different types of systems. I like to identify that first so we know what we're getting into here. Is this a basic belief system? Yeah. So fine. This is just really a simple one. So I can't do it now. Is there another negative program? There is. Okay, so let's go back out to the home page. And this next negative program, is it on the left side of the chart? No. Is it in power or passion or survival? The next one is in survival. And is it one of these on the left side? No. Is it under control or safety? It's under safety. Okay. And so let's see what shows up here under the negative statements. Is it in one of the odd sections? No. So is it in section 2 or 4? 4. And is it one of the odd ones here? No. So is it 2 or 4 or 6 or 8? It's 8. Oh, it's not safe to be me. That's interesting. Okay. not safe to be me. And let's ask, okay, in this system, so what we're doing here is we're kind of filling in from the top down, right? These are the negative programs like the leaves and the small branches of this belief system. Is there another negative program? There's not. Okay. So the next level down would be like the trunk of the tree and the big branches, and that's what we refer to as the limiting beliefs. Is there a limiting belief in the system? Yes. Okay. Is it on the left side of the page here? No, it's on the right. Is it under power or passion? It's under passion. You saw that once before.
Mm.
So is it on the left side of this page? No. Is it about death or scarcity or time? So once again, we're back to time. Sometimes when you're finding and identifying a negative belief system, sometimes you'll stay in the same category.
Yeah.
Whole thing. You never know. Sometimes you
Yeah.
jump all over the place. So let's go down here to this area and we'll ask, okay, what section is this belief in? Is it in one of the odd ones? No, so that means it's in 2. Okay, is it an odd one? No, it's 2 or 4. It's actually number 4. I never have time for myself. Interesting. Okay, and that's a limiting belief. Okay, there we go. And okay, and is there another limiting belief? There is. Okay, I'll go back out to the home page. And this next limiting belief here, let's see what this one is. Is it on the left side of our page here? Actually, yes. Is it under divine or insight, communication, or love? It's under love. So we'll go there. All right. So which one of these is it? Is it one of these on the left side? Yes. Is it about feelings, family, parents, or self? It's about self. Okay. And so you can see that as we go from one area to another, we're seeing these different chakras, different glands, muscles, different systems of the body. And those can become important. For now, I'll just mention in passing that we're seeing those go by here. So different areas of the body are involved in this. So let's go to let's see if we can figure out our negative statement. The next one, next limiting belief. What is it? Is it in one of the odd sections now? So is it in 2? It's actually in 2. And is it one of the odd ones here? No. So is it 2 or 4, 6 or 8? It's 8. Ooh, here's a good one. I don't deserve to feel good or be happy.
Oh.
Now, okay, think about this. Your subconscious mind actually believes this. That's not good.
Not at all.
Right? Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the home page. And is there another limiting belief in this system? No. Okay. So there's a faulty core belief? Okay. One, is there more than one? Now there's usually one. So let's see what this is. What is the faulty core belief? Is the faulty core belief listed here on the left side? Is it found on the left side of the page? No. So is it under power or passion? It's under survival. Okay. So it's one of these. Is it on the left side of this page? No. So is it under control or safety or worth? It's about worth. Okay. And all right, let's go to the negative statements. And we've got 6 of these. Is it one of the odds in one of the odd sections? No. So is it 2, 4? It's actually in section 6. And we've got 8 here. So is it one of the odd ones? No. Is it 2, 4? It's 4 this time. Oh, that's interesting. So this is about money all of a sudden.
Uh-huh.
The more money I
Okay.
have, worth. Let's ask, is there a faulty core identity in this system? And guess what? There is. And so
Okay.
we don't always see these, but I don't know what the percentage would be. We haven't done enough of these yet to know. But faulty core identity, let's see where that is. Is that on the left side of this page? No. So is it under power or passion or survival? It's under survival. And is it on the left side? No. So is it control, safety, or worth? So now for these last two, we're in this area. So this is
Uh-huh.
interesting. So let's see. We have 6 sections here. Is it in one of the odd sections? Yes. In 1 or 3, it's in 3. Okay. And is it one of the odd ones here? No. Is it 2, 4, 6, 8? Wow. 8. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Okay. I'm not important enough to have my needs met. And that is the faulty core identity.
Uh-huh.
Now, check this out. Here's how you read these. You read these from the bottom up. So in other words, you start with the very bottom, in this case, the faulty core identity, like the soil that the tree's growing in. So sometime before age 7, you made this conclusion in your subconscious mind. I am not important enough to have my needs met. Okay. Now, does that make sense at all to you? Does it ring a bell at all?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay. Now, so the rest of these grow out of that soil. And so because I'm not important enough to have my needs met, well, the more money I have, the higher my worth. So at some point along the line, you connected it with money. Okay. Because this bottom one here, I'm not important enough to have my needs met. That's all about worth.
Mm.
And so then we have a money connection. Um, but then coming out of that faulty core belief, uh, the more money I have, the higher my worth. But because of that, therefore, I don't really deserve to feel good or be happy because that isn't really any way to create worth, right? And because of that, I never really have time for myself. Okay. Um, and because of that, it's for whatever reason, it's not safe to be me. And then this last one, I can't do it now. I can't. Uh, and so so you read these kind of from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And does that kind of make
Yeah,
sense? How
so is
these
it
keep?
like the negative programs are the ones that are feeding directly into the patterns and behavior? The limiting
Mhm,
beliefs are the reasons why those things are there in the first place. And the faulty
mhm.
core belief is that, the foundation on which the whole belief system is based.
Yeah, kind of wild, huh? So, yeah, it's really fun. So here we go. So now the next thing that we're going to do is uh, we're going to go to associated imbalances. And we have to go to the body code to do this. Okay. Because all we've done so far, we haven't released anything. All we've done is we've identified this belief system, and we can ask, is there anything else? Are there any other negative beliefs in this system? No, that's it. And remember, this system is having something to do with your digestive issues. Now, you know, there's not anything specific in here, like I'm not going to have good digestion or anything like that. The subconscious mind is a very, very deep well. And so we don't always know how things are going to manifest. We just fix whatever shows up. But that is the belief system that you have, the negative belief system. So now what we do is we go to the body code. And this is the reason why you need to know how to use the body code to be able to do this because well, I'll show you. Let's ask, is there any associated imbalance in the body code to this system? Yes. And it could be anything. Usually they're in the energies area, but is it something on the right side? No, it's left side. Is it in the energies area? It is. And is it on the left side of this page? No. So is it an allergy or an intolerance? It's something emotional, actually. And is it on the left side here? Yes. Is it a trapped emotion? It is. So is it one of these on the left side? Yes. Is it prenatal preconception? So you actually have an inherited trapped
Hmm.
emotion. Okay. And so let's see here. I'll just abbreviate that. You have an inherited trapped emotion. And let's see what emotion this is. So these inherited trapped emotions we receive at conception from mom or dad, right? And they might have gotten them at conception from their mom or dad, and these can go back for a long way. So this trapped emotion is listed in column A. No, it's in B. Is it in one of the odd rows? Yes. Is it in row 1 or 3? It's in row 3, column B. Is it confusion or defensiveness or grief? It's inherited, an inherited trapped emotion of grief. Did you get this from your mother? It came from your father. Okay. And did he get it from somebody earlier? Actually, no. So before you were conceived, your dad had an intense emotion of grief that became trapped in his body. And when you were conceived, he shared that to you. And so that belief, or sorry, that trapped emotion, that inherited trapped emotion of grief, is like a power source for this negative belief system. You see, how exactly we don't know, but if I ask, is it true that this inherited trapped emotion is giving power to this negative belief system? Absolutely. The answer is yes. So, anyway, that's how this works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, we're going to release this trapped emotion of grief. Do you have kids, Guy?
I do. I have one son.
Okay. And did you pass this to him when he was conceived? No. So it's just you. So let's release this. We do 10 swipes. There we go. Do we release that inherited trapped emotion of grief? Yep, from you. And also, did it release from your dad? Yep. Okay, good. All right. So that was thing number one. Okay. Let's go back to the homepage in the body code and let's ask, all right, is there something else that is associated with this negative belief system? Yes. So something else that's like a power cable that is plugged in to this negative belief system, see, that is giving it power. If you don't unplug the negative belief system, okay, if you don't unplug the things that are empowering it, then you can't really get rid of it completely. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Okay. So what's the next thing that's associated? Is it on the right side? No. Left side? Is it in the energies area? Yep. Okay. Is it something on the left side? Actually, it is. Is it something post-traumatic? Is it something offensive or mental? There's a mental energy here. Okay. And so is it something on the left side? Yes. Is it a will to something? Yes. It's a will to something. Now, a will to is a frequency of energy that develops in the body when you have a will to do something. Like it used to just be in the early versions of the body code, this was will to die. Because sometimes people can have a will to die. Maybe they're acutely embarrassed or they just um, they just want to die for some reason. Maybe something horrible has happened, whatever. That's an energy that can become trapped in the body. So this is a will to. Now we have a whole table of these. And usually we can find them in here. So is it in column A? Yes. Is it in one of the odd rows? Just like finding a trapped emotion. Is it in row 1 or 3 or 5? So is it a will to delay or a will to fight or resist? It's a will to resist energy. Do we need to know more about this? Not really. Okay. Now think about this, okay? Digestion. If you think about digestion, it's all about flow, right? It's about eating things and digesting things and then allowing those things to flow through you and flow out of you, right? It's all about flow. So I'm not surprised that we found a will to resist because if you're in a state of resistance, then it's counter to flow, right? And so this can manifest as digestive issues. Anyway,
Mm.
subconscious took us there. Do we need to know more about that? Not really. And so the instructions are all right here. We'll just swipe a few times to release that will to resist energy. And did we release that? Yes, we did. And let's go back to the homepage on the body code. Is there another issue, another imbalance in the body code that's connected to this system? Yeah. So let's see what this one is. Is it on the right side? No. Is it a toxin, something in circuits or systems? It's in energy. Okay. Could be anything, but it's in energy. Is it on the left side? It could be, but it's not. Is it an allergy or an intolerance? Is it something emotional? We're back to the emotion code here. Is it on the right side, left side, heart wall? It's a trapped emotion. And is it on the left side here? Yeah. So is it prenatal or preconception? It's another inherited trapped
Okay.
emotion.
Gosh.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, an inherited trapped emotion. And what emotion is this? This one, is it in column A? No, it's in column B. Is it in one of the odd rows? Is it in row 1 or 3? It's in row 3. So is this confusion or defensiveness? Is it grief? Oh, it's self-abuse. Okay. Self-abuse, which is usually bad internal dialogue. And you inherited this. Let's see where this came from. Did you get this from your father? No, this came from your mother.
Mm.
Did your mother get this from somebody earlier? Yes, from her mother. So your mother's mother.
Hmm.
And does it go back even further? Yes. How many generations? 10, 9, 8. Goes back 8
Wow.
generations. Oops, 8 generations total. And did this begin with a female? It started with a male. Okay. Um, I'll just put GPA for grandpa. Did you pass this to your son? Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, there we go. When we identify the genealogy basically like this, there's nothing else we need to know. So go ahead and release this. Here we go. And we release that. Yep. All right. So, isn't that interesting? Self-abuse, which have been passed down to you. And that was plugged into this negative belief system. Interesting. Let's go back to the homepage and let's ask, all right, is there some other association in the body code, anything else in the body code that's plugged into this system that we need to clear? No. Okay, so that's that.
Okay.
So we cleared all of these, and this is the protocol, is how we do the belief code. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back here and we'll start releasing these. Now, if I were there with you, okay, what I could have you do is I could have you hold your arm straight out, parallel to the floor, and you could repeat every one of these negative statements, and every single one of them would test rock solid on you, because to your subconscious mind, these are all absolutely true, you see. You could say, I can't do it now. It would be strong. It's not safe for me. It's not safe to be me. I never have time for myself. I don't deserve to feel good or be happy. The more money I have, the higher my worth. I'm not important enough to have my needs met. Every single one of those would be absolutely rock solid. But I'm going to release these now. And we're going to start with, I can't do it now. Okay. And releasing that. Now remember that every single one of these is just an energy. Okay. Every single one of these exists as an energy in the subconscious mind. So the next one is, it is not safe to be me. Okay, releasing that one. I never have time for myself. Releasing that one. Releasing, I don't deserve to feel good or be happy. Releasing, the more money I have, the higher my worth. And releasing, I am not important enough to have my needs met. Okay. So now what we do is we go to the very last step here, and that is we call it the defrag. I call it the defrag, or the positive statement. And so in this one, what we do in this step, if you can imagine, what we've done just now is we've just deleted this negative belief system that was existing in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind abhors a vacuum. And so now in your subconscious, it's like there's just a hole where this negative belief system was. Okay. We have to fill the hole. All right. And sometimes the subconscious mind will want a positive statement put in. More often than not, the subconscious mind will just want the hole to be filled in. And we call this defragging. Josh Nelson, who was a huge help in creating the belief code, he came up with this one, and it actually works really, really well. Let's see what you need. So do we need to defrag? It's kind of like defragging a hard drive. That's where the term comes from. You take a hard drive and it's got all these things over time, like this one document might be broken up into 25 different places. Defragging brings it all back together. And he talks about defragging as being like rearranging the books on the bookshelf. I kind of think of it as filling the hole where that belief system was. Same thing. So let's ask what it is that your subconscious mind needs. Do you need a positive statement to be identified? And by the way, if we go into the belief code, you might have noticed that in these individual areas, we not only have negative statements, but also positive statements. And so there are thousands of these. And so if you need a positive statement, well, you can find it. The subconscious mind will take you to it, because the subconscious mind is connected into the database of universal intelligence, the morphic field, as Rupert would call it. And so it knows everything that's in here. And that's how it can guide you to whatever beliefs are in there, because it already knows what they all are. They exist out in that realm of universal intelligence. So let's ask, what do we need to do here next? Do we need to identify a positive statement for you? No. Okay, so all we need to do is just defrag your hard drive, basically. So we do that by just swiping a few times with an intention to just fill the hole, rearrange the books on the bookshelf, just reorganize things. And that is a belief code session. And that's how it's done.
Wonderful, thank you. So you've basically, you outlined the principles behind the belief code, and basically all we're doing, if I'm right in understanding, we're identifying all of the beliefs and the various different levels of the belief system. Then we're looking at any imbalances that we might need to release from the body in order for the body to be able to allow us to release the beliefs of the belief system.
Yes.
And then that's what we do.
We have to, we identify the whole thing. So it's kind of like we get a complete picture of the tree, and then we unplug the watering system that's watering the tree, kind of, right? And and then once we've unplugged it so that there's nothing feeding the tree anymore, then we can go ahead and just delete the tree, starting at the top, and just zip, 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 delete the whole thing, and fill the hole, and then boom, you're done.
I came to Heartful Healing mainly because I had issues with self-esteem, anxiety. I tried counselling, I tried all different types of therapy, and they weren't working, and I was kind of ready to give up. And then I came across Heartful Healing and kind of clicked almost. And I was skeptical at first, and and then I experienced my first session, and it was like instant. I felt like results like from the first session.
How had you changed by the end of them?
I felt like happier, healthier. I felt like I could be more myself. I could express myself with my friends and with other people a lot easier, and I came across a lot more calm around situations. My anxiety took a dip, especially through my exams. Even from the moment the guy connects to you, you feel like the weight is starting to lift, and you feel like you're healing yourself from the inside out, and it feels amazing.